Time now for the Peter Channel sign up. This is late by May 16th, 2016. And just before the Peter Channel signs off tonight, 7 to late night news and on this late by Peter Wiggins news and on the top story at 11 o'clock is demonstrators held signs outside of the Supreme Court building in Washington on March 23rd as justice asserted how to win in the civic versus burial cases. Justice is seeking compromise, return contraception case to lower courts. Bernie Sanders, in response to the Hillary Clinton's significant delegate lead, has called for wholesale change to the Democratic Party's primary system, suggested it is both a Democrat and in favor of the former Secretary of State. Zachary Annan and his husband arrived at a Chicago O'Hare International Airport on Sunday night, 30 hours ahead of their flight. The horrific Emirates truck wrecked that killed 8 people and injured 159 and failed to fight less. There could have been preventative hardware installed and trained and been switched on, according to investigators. Donald Trump has consistently courted the controversy along with wide impact of kept up. Republican Party's presumptive nominee. Washington, Burlington College, a small private liberal arts school in Vermont, once headed by Jane Sanders' wife for Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders, as an accident will be closing doors permanently at the end of the month. The United States and other allied nations say there will be work to provide Libya's internationally recognized government with weapons officials said are needed to be battle assets and other military groups gaining strength. Iranian women in Tehran last month with the onset of the higher spring temperatures. Some women have sought to shut off or parts of the stifling Islamic uniform, which has brought the morality police back into the streets of the capital. President-elect Rodrigo Duterte of the Philippines announced plans for the country, including the reinstatement of the death penalty for violent offenses and a crackdown on drugs. Calgary, Alberta, a massive wildfire burned around the oil sands hub of Fort McMurray was grounded in over roughly Northland on Monday, forcing firefighters to shift their focus to protect the major oil sand facilities, Northern City officials said. In New Hampshire, judges ruled on Monday that Orton Labor can go home from jail, but will have to wear an electronic GPS monitor and abide by the curfew he previously broke. Bison warned about the historic altitude known around towards the Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming as Laredo, a heavily traveled subsector, will be closed to Tuesday for investigation of a weekend bus crash that killed 8 passengers. Washington, a Supreme Court judge, but kept alive illegal children Monday from a faith-based group over the Obama administration rules for a cost-free access to the birth control. Attleboro has cried Sunday evening a blister in Attleboro turned to life-to-death situation when a customer was struck on his meal, but 17-year-old Billis employee Jacob Veer of Attleboro leaped in the action. He saved the customer's life by performing a highlight maneuver. Veer, a junior at Attleboro High School City, was delivered by the man's wife who was shouting, "Is anyone here, a doctor?" With adrenaline pumping and not a little scared, Veer grabbed the man and on first and said, "Heimlich," cleared the man's airway. The restaurant erupted in applause and the customer was overjoyed. November, when Jeffrey Kevin first met his patient, 76-year-old Senator White said she immediately said she had made up her mind. North Attleboro, members of the planning board and other town officials visited last Tuesday a renowned marijuana conservation facility run by one of the civil cannabis efforts looking to set up shop in town. Attleboro, President Barack Obama's administration had picked up Bristol County Community College to be part of the pilot program that would make federal public grants available to students to take college courses while they're still in high school. In North Attleboro, a North Attleboro man's controversial pirate ship came loose again from its home on Falls Pond Monday, sailing in the Dan across the water. Attleboro, the first of Compass building which was housed the city's public works department on Wall Street, came down on Monday. The legislature is scheduled to vote on Wednesday on whether the advance of sales surtax and millionaires could be put for voters that is constitutional amendment, but there is a little agreement on where the tax revenue would go. Time to get some news around the state. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway revealed more than $1 billion stake in Apple Incorporated in a rare way in the technology sector, which Buffett had largely shunned apart from a poorly performing investment in IBM. New York, a jump in the oil prices in the same deal, and news up stocks up broadly Monday and breaking the 3-day loser streak. Apple jumped nearly 4% of the news with that Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway had bought a stake in the tech giant. London ICBC, Central Bank PLC said on Monday that buying precious metals bought from Barclays BCS In the latest move on a Chinese bank to increase the thrill of the market's infrastructure. This has been a difficult week for many Austinites. The proposition when cabinet has galvanized its community, and rightly so there is no shortage of opinions, interest, and ignorance of a side of the debate. When scientists strain the telescope to the sky to the search of earth-like planets, they tend to look around younger sun-like stars. Headquartered interest in Spain and Tannenberg area is over health, climate change, and other critical issues at new national micro board. Indonesia lunch matter. White House kicked down Friday with a commitment of $121 million federal aid. Australian physicists, perhaps searching for a way to shorten the work week, have created an AI that can run and even improve a complex physics experiment with oversight. The galaxy, nicknamed Little Island, contains the lowest level of heavy elements on the side of the gravitational system of stars. Exercise may significantly reduce your risk of many types of cancer, including some of the most lethal forms of disease. Your last review suggests children's brains respond more strongly than mothers' voices than the voices of strangers, even when the hurdling fracture of the second according to new study published today in the Journal of Proceedings of the National Academy. The Australian Olympic team will be given a new way to find out the Zika virus and condom. Said to be Zika proof, even though the manufacturer's website said that it does not apply for a regulatory approval for its claim. Two Foster brothers who claim to be inspired by part of Donald Trump's views that immigrants were sentenced to state prison if they're forbidden. They beat a homeless Mexican man because they thought he was an illegal immigrant, official said. The Suffolk County District Attorney Office said Scott Leader 38 and Stephen Leader 30 pleaded guilty Monday to the dominant charge of them to cause bodily injury while committed civil rights violation, assault battery, and for purpose of intimidation cause bodily injury, and 2 counts of each of assault battery and 2 counts of each of assault battery with a dangerous weapon. Suffolk Superior Court Judge Peter Krupp said that Scott Leader 3 years in prison and Steve Leader 2.5 years behind bars, with both sentences followed by 3 years of probation. Krupp also ordered them to serve 20 hours of community service and complete a cultural diversity training program. Boston residential customers of Eversource Limited in Eastern Massachusetts will be seeing their lower electric bills this summer. And now looking at the stocks. The Dow is up 175.39 points at 17,710.71. SP 500 up 20.5 points at 2,066.66. And Nasdaq up 57.78 points at 4775.70.46. Okay, take a look. New England Litzler. In Springfield, Massachusetts, a fire at 34 Wellesley Street. A fire in the kitchen lights smoke short the gravel. And fires knocked down a truck. 8 local extension of a units were stationed. And then Brookfield, Vermont, Route 49 Williams Island. Single vehicle rollover into a brick. No serious injuries. Peter Chaladusa, Bazal, while 11 away on this late Monday night. And it's time now for a travel report. Let's study out down in Rhode Island on this late Monday night. 95 in the north band side, a little slow for the Creston product stretch. 148 at the north band side, a little slow to Lakeville stretch, and 148 at the north band side, a little slow at Route 18 in North Bedford. Surface expressway at the south band side, a little slow for the Dorchester stretch. But otherwise, Massachusetts highways are looking at except Mass Pike to the west band side, a little slow to Westfield stretch, and then Hitchcock getting for the New York State border in Stockbridge. Up in Northern New England, Vermont, North and Maine highways are looking good. Down in Connecticut, 95 on both ends, a little sort of Old Line stretch. 91 to the south by side, a little sort of Meriden stretch. 95 to the south by side, slow from the middle for the Bridgeport stretches. IE for the west by side, little right at 690 with the middle side, and then it breaks again just after Route 8, Waterbury, Connecticut. Down in New York City, Grand Central Park Road east by side, and then it's over the Queens Amstead. Violent expressway at both ends, a little slow before the Mid-Manhattan stretch. 278 on both ends, a little slow at Island Expressway in Brooklyn. 9 Expressway to the east by side, slow after 278 in Brooklyn. 278 on the west by side of Ferris. There's Bridge, it's slow. 95 on the south by side, a little slow at New Rochelle stretch. 95 on the north by side, a little slow at the Stanford stretch. But highways and byways of New York State, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey are looking good. 95 on the northbound side, a little slow at 695 on the Baltimore stretch. 395 on the northbound side, a little slow at the Capitol Beltway to the downtown Washington, D.C., right the Capitol building. And I-81 on the northbound side, a little slow around Route 68 in Western Maryland. Okay. Take a look at some MBTA alerts at 11:10. Beeline debate participant about the laser disabled train at Reservoir. And the commuter rail and the ferries, they are looking good. Peter Channel News time is now 11:11 on this late Monday night, and it's time now for a weather report. And we're seeing some few spotty showers west of Portland, Maine, and stretching southeast of the Maine coastline. Okay, 7-day forecast. It goes like this. Tonight, most of the coast about 40 degrees, southwest about 6 miles an hour. For Tuesday, slight chance of rain afternoon. Putz about 69 degrees, southwest about 6 to 11 miles of gust tonight. 22 miles an hour, 20 to 20%. Tuesday, a slight chance of rain, mainly before 1 a.m. Most of the coast guys with a higher low 46 degrees, southwest about 5% 7 miles of rain coming after midnight. Chance of rain to 30%. New percent less than 7 inches possible for Wednesday. Most of us got about 600 degrees and not for about 7 miles an hour. For Wednesday, podcast got about 41 degrees, not for about 5 miles coming in the evening. For Thursday, most of the Sunday, most goods got about 69, about 46 degrees. For Friday, Sunday podcast got about 73, about 49 degrees. For Saturday, most of the Sunday, most guys got about 74, about 51 degrees. And for Sunday, parts of the podcast got about 73, about 50 degrees. And for Monday, most of us got about 71 degrees. Currently, not near it is a 55 degrees. And first, guys, humidity at 37%. 13 miles Celsius, and that's going to be for the Peter Channel Sign Off News, and it's late. Monday night, May 16, 2016. Good night. See you tomorrow morning with more important. Good night. Right now, the time now, it's 12 minutes after 11 a.m., 11 p.m. on this late Monday night. Peter Channel will be signing off tonight. That's Peter saying, good night, and see you tomorrow morning when more important. We'll turn up the lights and end this day. And see you tomorrow morning. Good night.